Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant. So in today's video, magsasample tayo kung paano ba yung recording ng books ng isang VAT-registered entity or VAT-registered business or individual. So ano ba yung mga books? First, let's talk about ano ba yung mga books ng VAT-registered entity or individual. So if familiar na kayo sa mga books ng non-VAT registered, so may dalawang additional books for the VAT registered. So ano lang natin, recap, yung mga books ng non-VAT are General Journal, ayan, General Ledger, then we have the Cash Receipts Journal, the Cash Disbursements Journal. So yan yung apat na mga books ng non-VAT. So kapag VAT registered tayo, may additional books tayo. So we have the Subsidiary Sales Journal and the Subsidiary Purchases Journal. So ano ba yung purpose ng Subsidiary Sales Journal and the Subsidiary Purchases Journal? Yung purpose nito is to summarize yung ating lahat na ating sales and purchases so that we can come up with our VAT payable or yung output VAT natin and the input VAT. So yung ginagamit dito is kailangan natin to so that ayan we can fill out yung 2550Q or the quarterly VAT return. And pati na din yung ating summary list of purchases and the summary list of sales. So ito yung kailangan natin sa subsidiary sales and journal. So makita dito yung details ng ating buyers. Ayan, yung kanyang TIN, ayan. And ano ba yung sales natin? Is it VAT exempted ba? Taxable or the zero rated? But in most cases, taxable yung mga sales, usual sales ng isang VAT registered business. And then makikita dyan dito yung output tax. So yung output tax, ito yung i-remit natin kay BIR, but may purchases pa tayo. So yung output VAT less the input VAT, yan yung ating magiging VAT payable kay BIR. So same din, subsidiary purchases journal. Ayan, details naman ito ng ating suppliers. Kung ano yung mga binili natin, mga purchases natin. So may mga VAT purchases tayo and the non-VAT purchases. So again, i-detail din dito ano ba yung sino ba yung ating supplier, yung TIN ng ating supplier, and magkano yung amount ng ating purchases and the input VAT and the total invoice amount. So magsasample tayo ng sales and expenses na ating i-record so that you can have a clearer picture. So yun yung purpose kumbaga ng ating subsidiary sales journal and the subsidiary purchase journal. Again, to summarize lang yung ating sales and purchases to come up with our VAT payable KBIR. So ayan. So let's start. May hinanda tayo dito ng mga transactions. Sales transactions muna tayo and then yung expenses natin ng mga transactions. So, ito yung first example natin, sales tayo, sales invoice number 1. Ayan, so may benta tayo kay Xiaolongbao Enterprises. Ayan, yung details niya, yung TIN, the business address and the date, and then yung description ng item is HP Spectre laptop. So, nakabenta tayo ng isang laptop worth 60,000. So, pag VAT tayo, if pansin niyo, yung total sales natin 60,000, but that is also inclusive na ng VAT. So, we have to deduct the VAT. Ayan, less the VAT, 12%. And to come up with the net of VAT or the ex-VAT pa, which is 53,571.31. So, ito yung amount na to without the VAT, yan yung sales natin. So, yung VAT na portion, that would be our output VAT or our VAT payable. So, ayan yung ating example. 60,000 yung sales natin, but yung may portion dyan, yung 12% niyan, is yung ating VAT. So, eto, let's record muna sa ating cash receipts journal. And then, i-record natin naman to come up with yung VAT portion, yung subsidiary sales journal natin to summarize yung ating mga VAT transactions. Ayan. So, first, cash receipts journal muna tayo. Ayan. So, date is 2026. So, this is August 10. And then, invoice number, this is still invoice number 001. And yung customer natin is si Xiaolongbao Enterprises. Ayan, lagay na natin yan, sales of laptop. Ayan, so, and then, ano ba yung entry niyan? So, we received 60,000 na cash. So, sa debit cash natin, 60,000. And then, yung sales natin, again, yung na-mention natin kanina, is the ex-VAT or the net of VAT pa. So, sales natin, again, dito sa ating invoice, kita nyo, the 53,000. So yung 53,571.43, that is our sales. And then the output VAT niyan, kita nyo, the VAT portion is 6,428.57. Ayan. Ayan, so yun yung ating entry. So aside dito sa ating cash receipts journal, kailangan natin din i-summarize yung information ng ating sales na ito sa subsidiary sales naman natin. So open natin yung ating subsidiary sales journal. Ayan. So date natin again, this is August 10, 2026. And then the name and the address of the buyer, ayan, Xiaolong Bao Enterprises. And then yung address niya, pwede nyo ilagay lang is Binondo, Manila, I mean. And then the invoice number, this is a 001. And then, ayan, and then yung kanyang VAT, yung kanyang TIN, dito natin ilalagay sa VAT registration number. Ayan, so yung TIN ni Xiaolong Bao is 143-768-898-0000. Ayan. And then, dito, ano ba siya? This is a taxable sales. Taxable sales natin siya. So, yung amount is, again, net of VAT, 53,571.43. Ayan. And then, yung output VAT niya, kita nyo, is the VAT portion, that is 6,428.57. So, if gusto nyo i-compute manually, that is just the 12% itong taxable sales. Ayan. So, same siya, 6,428.57. So, total invoice amount natin is kasali na yung VAT. So, sales, taxable sales, plus the VAT output natin, ayan, 60,000 yung ating total invoice amount. So, the classification of sales, ayan, pwede nyo i-check mark yung local, and then terms, you can select cash or account. Yeah, but usually, hindi na din fini-fill outan yan, but you can also fill out yung details ng classification of sales. It could be local, ayan, it could be foreign, or yung old kasi na format ng ating 2550Q is kailangan i-separate yung service and the goods. But yung sa bagong format, hindi na kasi kailangan natin i-separate kung goods ba siya or service. So, hindi na to masyadong, actually, hindi na to masyadong applicable if we are using the new form na. So, yung important lang na details, ayan, yung ating output VAT, ayan, and the taxable sales, ayan, and the total invoice amount. So, ayan, so yan yung ating first na sales. Ayan, so this is our entry for the subsidiary sales journal. Ayan, so example pa tayo, may invoice pa tayo dito. Ayan, kung walk-in customer naman, ayan, so balik tayo sa cash receipts journal. Ayan. So kasi in most cases naman if may mga customers tayo, wala tayong details ng kanilang name, ng kanilang TIN, ayan. So in most cases, yung mga customers na yan are just walk-in customers or yung mga various customers lang. So pwede nyo ilagay walk-in customer or the various customers. So date again, this is August 10, and then invoice number 002. Customer, you can put it there, example lang walk-in customer. And then, sales. Ayan yung description. Sales of mouse, for example. Ayan. So, yung debit natin is magkano ba yung amount na na-receive natin is 600. Ayan. And then, again, may output VAT or the VAT portion is 64.29. 64.29. And then, yung sales natin is net of VAT. Ayan. 535.71. Ayan, so na-record din natin sa cash receipts journal, and then kailangan din natin siyang i-input doon sa ating subsidiary sales journal naman. Ayan, so yung date, again, this is August 10, 2026. And then you can put here yung customer natin is walk-in lang, walk-in customer, and then walang address. And then the invoice number natin is 002. Ayan, and then yung TIN niya, so hindi applicable, so you can put there 000, ayan, 000-000-00000, because sa paggawa natin in our next videos, magagawa tayo ng summary list of sales natin. So, pwede yung TIN na gamitin natin for our various customers or walk-in is yung 000 lang. And then, taxable sales natin is 535.71. And then, output VAT natin is 64.29. So, yung total invoice amount natin is 600. Ayan. So, we are done with our sales. So, next naman natin na example is yung mga expenses naman na mga transactions natin. So, we will use again the cash disbursements journal to record yung mga expenses natin. And then, yung details ng ating input VAT, i-record natin sa subsidiary purchases journal. So, open natin yung ating mga expenses. So ito yung ating first na expense is itong ating smart na billing. So yung date nito, you can check it here. This is August 15. Again, yung invoice date yung gagamitin natin. So August 15. So the invoice number, ayan, 162-162-901-5006. And then supplier nito, yung name niya is dito na sa taas. Ayan, so Smart Communications Inc. Ayan, Smart Communications Inc. And then, yung description niya is yung ating postpaid plan. Ayan. And then, yung entry naman natin is, example, nagbayad agad tayo sa ating bill. So, yung total na ibabayad natin or binayad natin is 700. So, yung cash natin is nabawasan ng 700. So, i-credit natin yung cash, 700. And then, may input VAT tayo. Ayan. So, again, same dun sa ating sales kanina. May breakdown din yan. Ayan. So, yung VAT portion niya is 75. Ayan, 75. So, kailangan natin i-debit yung input VAT. And then, ano yung credit natin? Anong expense ba to? So, it could be communications expense. So, hanapin nyo sa inyong column, kung anong column yung ating communication. Usually, nasa others yan because internet and communication. So, dun sa 1701 or sa ating annual income tax return, ayan, may mga line items kasi doon. Ano ba yung pwede natin i-claim? So, usually, yung ating mga internet and communication, wala siyang separate na column, wala siyang separate na line item, I mean. So, we can put that or lump all those expenses sa others expenses. So, ito nakalagay yung ating others expenses dito. Internet and communication. So, we will debit that for 625. Ayan. So, yun yung ating entry is debit internet and communication, 625 yung expense natin. And then, debit natin yung ating input VAT, 75. And then, credit natin yung cash for 700. If we pay this on time, or as we receive the billing invoice. If not naman, yung credit natin is accounts payable instead of cash. So ayan, so next natin is, so again, kailangan natin i-summarize to sa ating purchase journal or the subsidiary purchases journal. So dito sa subsidiary purchases journal, so yung date, this is August 15. Ayan, 8/15/2026. And then name and address of supplier. Ayan, the name is, again, the Smart Communications Inc. And then yung address na you can just put there, Makati City. Ayan. And then invoice number. Again, yung invoice number niya is ito, 162-162-901-5006. Ayan. And then yung TIN niya, yung TIN niya is yung TIN niya is nandito sa taas. The TIN is 001-901-673-00000. Ayan. So, yung example na to, this is still VAT purchases. Ayan. So, yung VAT purchases natin is, again, this is the VATable sale ng Smart. So, ito yung ilalagay natin. The amount is 625. So it is without the VAT pa or VAT X. And then the input VAT, ayan, kita niyo sa figure dito sa baba, 75, or that is just the 12% of the 625. So total invoice amount natin is 700. Again, and dito sa number 10 na column, name of account and the general ledger debit or credit and the terms. Ayan. So yung next na columns, the name of the account, ito yung ating expense account. In our example, ito, communications expense. And then, dinebit natin siya. Again, yung expense natin is the VAT X pa, without the VAT. So that is 625. And then terms, you can check if cash or account, check mark nyo yung cash. If cash yung terms natin or accounts, if accounts payable. So usually hindi na din fini-fill outan ng iba yan because yung important lang na details is itong part ng input tax so that we can fill out yung 2550Q and our summary list of purchases. Ayan. So next natin na example is So next natin na example is itong fuel naman tayo. Ito sa Shell station. So yung date niya is, ayan, August 16. So August 16 and then the invoice number niya, ayan, 11945 675. Again, yung invoice number niya is 11945675. And then ang ating supplier, ayan, New Ventures Shell Station. Fuel, lagay niyo lang fuel for the description. And then the cash, ayan yung example cash yung binayad natin dito is 1,952.55. Ayan. And then, ano pa yung entry natin dito? So, may input VAT again tayo. Yung input VAT, this is the VAT amount, 209.20. Ayan. And then, anong expense ba ito? This is fuel expense. So, hanapin natin. Again, nasa others to. Ayan, fuel. So, this is, yung expense natin is etong vatable na amount, 1,743.35. Ayan. So, yun yung ating entry is nag-debit tayo ng expense, the fuel expense, and then nag-debit tayo ng input VAT, and then nag-credit tayo ng ating cash for this example. Ayan. So by the way, yung mga invoices pala, wala nang receipt. Invoices na yung gamit natin mapa-service man or goods. Be sure lang, yung example kasi natin dito is wala yung customer name, wala yung address and the TIN. So it is important that if you would want to claim that as input VAT, again, dapat hingi kayo ng manual na invoice na naka-indicate doon yung name ninyo, yung address and the TIN. So yung usual na ginagawa dito is humihingi tayo ng manual na invoice because sa kanilang itong tape receipt is wala nang ka-indicate dito. So hindi to natin siya pwedeng gamitin in our claiming ng ating input VAT. So ayan, so if ever and may mga yung example pa tayo dito is walang mga name, ayan, you should inform yung mga inyong suppliers, ayan na kailangan nyo yung name, yung business name nyo, yung address and the TIN so that you can claim that as your expense and so that you can claim the input VAT. Ayan, so that is very important. So ayan, so let's proceed. May example pa tayo dito. National Bookstore naman, ayan. Ah, so again, ano pala, kailangan pa natin 'to ilagay dun sa subsidiary purchases journal. Ayan, 'di ba? So medyo mano-mano talaga pag ano, VAT pa tayo and then may other books pa tayo. So yung invoice number, again, ayan, 119455675. Ayan. And then yung TIN niya is 200 200206. Ayan. 114-007. And then the VAT purchases natin, ayan, 1,743.35. Ayan, and then the input tax natin is the VAT amount, 209.20. And the total invoice amount is 1,952.55. And then, yung expense, again, this is the fuel expense. So, pwede nyo ilagay dyan, the name of account. And then, the fuel expense natin sa ating books is VAT X pa yan dapat. 1,743.35. Ayan. So, ayan. So, may third example tayo. Let's proceed. So, ito naman, let's proceed. Another example is itong National Bookstore naman. So, yung date niya is, this is August 16, still August 16. And then the invoice number So, hanapin nyo lang yung invoice number. So, pwedeng nasa baba or nasa taas. So, in this example, ayan, nasa baba yung ating SI number. So, ayan, medyo mahaba yung kanyang SI number. Ayan, 0816-2026. Ayan, 0048 000-209-9415. Ayan, so medyo mahaba yung kanyang invoice number. And then the supplier, lagay nyo, this is the Abacus Book and Card Corporation. Ayan, Abacus Book and Card Corp. Or you can put the, ano na, the trade name niya is the National Bookstore. So, lagay nyo lang dito, ano yung binili natin, for example, office supplies. Ayan, yung description niya. And then, so magkano yung cash? Kita nyo, this is just 12 pesos. Ayan, 12 pesos yung ating binayad. So, 12 yung cash natin. And then, yung input VAT, ayan, kita nyo, this the input VAT is 1.29. I mean, ayan, 1.29. And then, anong expense ba to? This is office supplies. Ayan, so nasa others pa din siya. So yung ating expense, again, that is the ex-VAT pa, 10.71. Ayan, so yan yung ating entry. And then again, I'm sure na master nyo na, so kailangan nyo pang subsidiary purchases journal naman ulit. And then, I think kulang yung ating na-input kanina. This is the 8/16/2026, and then the shell, balikan lang natin. Ayan, new ventures, Shell Station. Ayan. So, let's proceed na sa ating third na example. Ayan. So, the date is still August 16, 2026. And Abacus Book and Card Corporation. And then the invoice number. Ayan, napakahaba, nasa baba. Ayan, 0816-2026. 0048-000-209-9415. Ayan, hindi pa natin na-type. So again, ayan, balikan natin. Ayan, hindi kasi natin nalagay sa Excel pala. 0816-2026-0048. Ayan, di ba good exercise din to? 000-209-9415. Ayan. And then the 10 ni National Bookstore is, ayan, 0000-299-299-003. And then, the VAT purchases natin is 10.71. Ayan, 10.71. And then, the input tax is 1.29. And then, total natin na invoice amount is 12. And then, the name of account is of office supplies. And then, the amount is 10.71. Ayan. So, ano na tayo? Last example na tayo. Ayan. So, last example natin is what if non-VAT yung ating supplier? So, kapag non-VAT yung ating suppliers, yung binilhan natin, I mean, is wala tayong input VAT. So, lahat ng amount na to will go to our expense. So, ito yung ating example. Ayan. The date is August 17, and then the invoice number is 10245, and then the supplier is Tech Valley Solutions, and then description is, sabihin natin, office supplies din to. Ayan. And then, cash, magkano yung binayad natin? 11,350. And then, input VAT, ayan. So, this is non-VAT kasi yung ating supplier. So, wala tayong VAT portion na yan. So, zero yung ating input VAT. And then, debit natin yung expense. This is the office supplies, 11,350. Ayan. So, ito yung ating example. Isusulat ulit natin sa subsidiary purchases journal. Yung ating last na purchase. The date is August 17. Ayan, 2026. And then, Tech Valley Solutions. And then yung address niya pala, hindi natin nalagay sa other ano. This is Pasig City. So yung other supplier natin, lagay na natin Makati. Ayan, Makati. And then yung isa din is Makati. Ayan, and then the invoice number 10245, and then yung TIN niya is 123 456-789-000. And then this is ano na 'to, non-VAT purchases. So non-VAT hindi na siya VAT purchases. Non-VAT purchases natin is 11,350. So wala tayong input VAT. So total invoice natin is still 11,350. So name of account, again, this is office supplies. And then the amount natin na i-debit as expense is 11,350. Ayan. So we are done. So yun lang yung ating video for today. I just showed you yung paano ba mag-record sa ating subsidiary sales journal and the subsidiary purchases journal. So ganun lang. Important lang dito is again yung TIN number ng ating yung important dito is yung sa input kasi the input VAT because ima-minus yan sa ating output VAT. So important na yung mga suppliers natin is may 10, ayan, ilagay natin yung kanilang 10 and then yung name nila, and then ayan yung details natin is nandito nga sa subsidiary purchases journal, yung ating VAT purchases, ayan, and the VAT input tax. And then sa ating subsidiary sales journal naman naka-indicate diyan yung ating taxable sales, ayan, and then the output tax. And then from here, ayun na, masasummarize na natin yung ating 2550Q or the quarterly VAT returns, and then gagawa din tayo ng SLSP and the summary list of purchases and the summary list of sales naman in our next video. So again, yun lang ating video for today. If may mga tanong kayo, just comment down below. And thank you again sa mga nag-like, nag-subscribe, nag-comment, and sa mga nag-send ng support, thank you very much. You can go to our website again, www.pinayaccountant.com/download. Ayan, may mga free templates tayo doon that you can download. Itong template na to, i-upload ko din doon. So visit our website and send your support. Any amount will do. Super thank you. And if may mga tanong kayo, just comment and I'll do my best to answer your question. So yun lang ating video. Again, thank you very much and I'll see you in our next videos.